Hello, Alexandra. Nice to see you.
Hello, Letty. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We haven't seen each other for we don't know how long, many years, no?
Many
We,
years, probably,
yes, and we met, I think, in Chatbox, which
in
is
the
a
chat.
group where people can meet and see things related to English, or they can take part in meetings when they are scheduled. No, I think that's where we met.
Yes.
Right. So, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Alexandra. I'm from Russia, and I'm an English teacher.
Right. And which part of Russia are you from? Like,
This the central part of Russia,
and is it near anywhere that we all know?
the Ural Mountains.
Right. And does that mean it's very cold there because of the mountains?
It's very cold at the moment, maybe minus 10 degrees
Right.
Celsius.
So does that mean you spend most of your time at home?
Minus 10. Yes, it's cold.
So you spend most of your time at home?
At home because of the winter.
Right. I'm just trying to imagine it because I don't know what that's like to be so cold because the coldest that we get here is 10 degrees. This is the
Plus.
coldest, and that's cold for us. And the normal temperature could be 18 to 20. So it could be cold in the morning and in the evening, but during the day, it's pleasant. And you just with a jacket on, you can go out. So we're in different kinds of worlds, no? Right then, would you like to tell me when you started learning English?
I I started learning English at secondary school, like most Russian children, because it's necessary for us.
Right, so you started at secondary school. So for
Yeah,
me, that's quite late in life to start to learn a language.
it's never late.
That's a good answer. It's never too late. But in some countries, they start as early as 3 years old. And I was just wondering if it was any more difficult to start when you're a teenager.
Yes, it's more difficult if we if we compare to the young generation or the children. Yes, it's much easier for us for them to study English because the earlier you start your language journey, the better you'll be in the future.
Yes, it just makes it that easy. I think there's an expression, little children are like sponges. They soak everything up
Yes,
and they find it a lot easier. So before you started English, did you learn any other languages?
I used to study French because I was
Obliged.
yes, I was really like this language by myself, but at school only English.
Right. Okay. So, you started learning English because it was at school, not because
Yes,
of any other reason. Can you
no.
remember the first time you spoke English?
I think the first time was it was my first lesson with my school teacher. We She taught us how to read in English and how to pronounce some words in English, and yes, we had some conversations.
Right. So it was at school. And
Yes,
then do you remember the first time you spoke to someone outside of school in a normal situation then,
in a no,
authentic
uh,
situation?
I think I had some language exchange in the website. I can't remember the name, but I decided to join the website in order to improve my speaking skills because I had an experience to participate a language school as well.
Right. And do you remember how that experience went?
Yes, I do. It was terrible because in my life I've never spoken with someone in English, who's not from my country.
Right. So you may have felt nervous,
Yes,
insecure,
I felt nervous, I would say.
and it didn't sound very happy. No, you said you felt very unsure and it wasn't a very happy experience.
It was a happy experience because my aim was like to improve my language skills and speaking skills.
Right. So you made the first step.
Yes.
Right. I don't know if this goes to you or refers to you or not. Do you practice English every day?
Yes, at the moment, yes, I do.
But I understand you're an English teacher, so as a profession, you practice English. But outside of that,
Yes.
do you do extra things?
Yes, I do.
And what would that be, for example?
Communication with my friends from different countries, having some lessons with native speakers as well.
Ah, right. What do you find the most difficult part of learning English?
I would say pronunciation.
Pronunciation. You find that more challenging, no?
Yes, yes. Even for me, it was a challenge.
Right. And how do you overcome this challenge? Have you found anything that helps you?
Practice makes perfect.
Right. Okay. And do you see people say, "Oh, say this word 20 times," or have you got any tips for other people who find it hard with the pronunciation?
The one of the most effective ways to improve your pronunciation is the technique called shadowing.
Oh, you like that?
Yes, I do like it.
No, because it has its followers and it has people who don't like it. So it depends on the person, no? And you personally, how do you do your shadowing? Because there's a
Shadowing.
few, yeah.
I have, for example, I have a video with transcript and try to repeat after I speak as much as I can.
Right. No, because I've heard there are different variations of shadowing. This is what I'm saying. For example, do you speak at the same time as the person, or you
I'm
stop it and continue after?
I'm before I did like after I tried to pronounce each sentence after speaker, but at the moment I'm trying to say at the same time.
Right. I must admit, I've never done it. So I don't know if I would stop it and then repeat it. Because I'm thinking if you're doing it at the same time, you're using so much energy, like trying to hear what he's saying, try to imitate him, no? So
Yes,
I don't know if I would be able to do it at the same time, but it doesn't matter. Each person would find the best way for them. So you like shadowing.
yes,
Uh-huh. I like, for example, audiobooks. Audiobooks, I think, could be useful for the English learner in different aspects, no? Because you're like reading, you're listening, and if you want, you could also repeat what and normally the reader is a very enchanting person with a nice voice, no? So you could mix many different skills at the same time.
yes,
So
that's true.
I'm a believer of audiobooks, no? And also you could like close your eyes and listen, or open your eyes and listen and follow, and then you could do your shadowing, no? And what did you find the easiest thing to do, if that's possible?
I think there is no the easy way to
So
learn a language.
right, so we've got four main skills, no? So you said pronunciation was like your most difficult one, or maybe I could change the question, what was your most enjoyable one of the skills?
Reading.
Oh, right, reading. And do you read like graded readers or the original transcript?
I'm trying to read in English without any translation.
Right. But you read the original because, for example, my learners are beginners, more or less. So they read graded readers so they can still enjoy the story but they're not overwhelmed with too much of the difficult vocabulary. But you're at a stage now where you can read the original book, I imagine?
Yes, I do. I do.
Right. And what do you try to do when you're reading? Do you try to understand the general idea, or you like to look at the word and write it down?
I try to understand the main concept of the text because if I try to look at the dictionary each word, it will be a long process.
It would take the enjoyment out of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, right. Okay. And here, our last question for today is, what is your main goal this year related to English?
20,
Well, the little bit that's left of the beginning of
or
next year.
next year.
Yes,
Next
let's
year.
go for next year.
I hopefully I'll be able to take my exam proficiency, the Cambridge exam. I hope. This is my main goal.
And what will that mean to you?
For my teaching career, if you have this certificate, you are able to work at the language school, online everywhere, or even move into any country.
Right. Okay. So I'm a bit rusty about exams. I can't remember all the things that it involves and what you gain from having it. So the main gain would be it would open a door for you in your professional career.
Yes.
So this is why you were really interested in doing this exam.
Yes. Yes.
I gather that from what you're saying that this exam is very difficult.
Yes, even for native speakers, it's difficult.
Right. Well, yes, because people have the wrong idea about native speakers, don't they? They think that just because they're native speakers, they know a lot more than they really do. So, okay. I hope you do well then, and that you're able to pass the exam, which will mean a new step in your professional life, no?
Yes, that's true.
Right. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
I hope the viewers have enjoyed our short conversation about your English journey. See you.
See you. Thank you so much.